this one. I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge fan of the e-bikes. It's basically mountain biking times 10 for me.
It's a game changer to your normal riding, isn't
it? Yeah. Yesterday we were having more fun going up the hill than going down.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You definitely don't do that on a normal bike.
Yeah, so at home I've done a day on 2 batteries and tried to do as much riding as possible and see how long the 2 batteries would last. All the climbing was done in EMTB turbo, and I called it a day at 8,500 feet climbing and still had half a battery left. But my body was done before the battery was done, so that was more than enough riding for anyone. So
did the Vallelujah race here in Leigh. I'd only ridden the bike about 4 or 5 times, so it was pretty cool to throw yourself in the deep end and see how it went, get to grips with the bike. There's no better way of figuring it out than throwing yourself to a race run. And it was good fun, really loved it. Incredible to be on an e-bike ripping up those hills and just passing all the hundreds of punters that were grinding their way up, and abusing me. But they were just jealous for sure. And the racing went pretty well, ended up on the podium. Got a bit of work to do, still figuring a few things out. It does ride differently than a normal bike, as expected. But I'll definitely get used to that in no time. There was 6 stages, including a cross-country sort of stage, and they allowed us to have 2 batteries, but I just wanted to test the limits, so I only used 1 of my 750 watt-hour batteries, and I was just using eco because I thought, well, I may as well get some fitness and put some effort in up the hill, and I'd pretty much completed the race with half a battery still left, so it was more than enough. I'd climbed 1,500 metres and still could probably rip around the hills for another couple of hours if I wanted to. So pretty impressive, really. Yeah, so there was definitely some tactics to learn. There was this uphill stage, and I needed to know whether to have it in turbo, whether to have it in eco or whatever, and then what to do when I hit to the 25 kilometre cutoff. I just decided to conserve energy and spin the legs and wait for the downhill. Went for that technique, and it seemed to prove pretty well. I ended up winning that stage, so it was probably the way to go. And then the other 5 stages were just straight downhill.
of course, there's only one I prefer, which would be the turbo. I think for the battery size that we got, we can get a lot of riding out of turbo, and of course it's the more fun. So yeah, a lot of my riding is done in turbo, and also for the climbing too. So you can climb steeper trails, and I also go down in turbo, so you get the boost out of the corners as well. So.
The motor setup myself has been a bit of a learning curve. Unlike Leigh, I actually do use some of the other modes. I've only got that because I've travelled over from New Zealand. This is the only bike I've got, so I was worried about the training and things. How do I make this bike work for everything? But what I've been really pleasantly surprised about is using my eco mode and things, and then I can just hoof it up the hill, but still use my heart rate, get that up there. You're still getting some quality training in, and then the battery lasts all day when you do that, and you're still keeping really, really fit. So the mentality around e-bikes and people being lazy and things is just couldn't be further from the truth. I'm loving it. I'm a fit guy, but I think it's going to make me even fitter. And even doing intervals and efforts and sprints, I can just turn it off and put some power in, pedal up the hill, turn it off in between my efforts. So it's just incredible. Hell of a training tool.
I'd say it as a downhill bike because the motor is so good, it will carry you to the top of the hill, but the bike is so good, it will absolutely thrive on the way back down. So yeah, you want that bike to be as comfortable for the descents as possible, and the motor and battery lasts more than long enough to get enough descent in. So yeah, you can keep going all day, and hit the downhills as hard as he wanted. So.
Especially for most people, I think the bodies will be worn out before the battery. Because if you can descend 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters, even on one battery, then you're probably going to be shattered anyway and want to go home. So more than enough. Yeah, I haven't had too much experience on e-bikes, but I was pretty amazed at what the Bosch motor could do. So much power on the way up, just no drama at all. I was worried that it was going to jerk on the way down and be quite unsettling, but it actually delivers the power quite smoothly in a controlled manner, and I can adjust that on the app if I want to as well. So I've been playing around with that. It's early days, but at the moment everything's just up on the app, full turbo. But yeah, it's pretty amazing setup. Some good technology.
Yeah, so ridden a few e-bikes, but nothing major. Just a little go on a few bikes, and yeah, definitely the Bosch motor is, I think, a game changer. The new motor, and I think that bike that the motor is in is pretty special too. I think they both assist each other and they work really well together. So it's a good combo.
I'm really excited. I like massive days on the bike and a bit more exploration. And by the sounds of things, 14 stages, getting way out the back, 3 different loops, big batteries. It's really exciting. And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd be a new challenge, something different, and yeah, excited to get going, see what they got in store for us.
Up all stages, that's where Leigh's going to shine. He's the trials master.
Yeah.
You wait.
Give me the logs.
Nice. See you in June.
Can't wait.